Hello and welcome. I'm Tauni at Yoga 413, and today I'm going to be leading you in a Power Yoga Vinyasa class. So whenever you see Power Yoga on my channel, you can expect to flow through both Surya Namaskar A and B. You can expect a slightly faster paced class than some of my other vinyasas, and I am coming to you with the assumption that you have a fairly regular yoga practice or are at least familiar with all the basic postures. So just wanted to clear that up, be sure we're on the same page. If you love this class, please consider subscribing and sharing it with a friend. Let's get started. So we're going to begin our class today on our backs in reclining butterfly. So bringing the feet together, dropping the knees wide. I invite you to close your eyes, place the hands on your midsection, and begin to connect to your breath. As you let go of any distractions off the mat, as you let go of anything that might be weighing on your mind today, and then take a moment to set a personal intention for your practice. All intentions are welcome. Maybe it's a word or a mantra that you want to focus on today. Just something positive. Continue with those nice long inhales and exhales. Beginning to engage your Ujjayi breath, both feeling and hearing the breath. Begin to lift the knees up, hands by your sides. We're going to gently flow in and out of bridge. So as you inhale, begin to press your hips up and exhale, coming down. Moving with the inhales and the exhales at your pace. Moving into bridge, walking the shoulders together and down the back. Maybe bringing the hands together in a bind or leaving them separated. Releasing the hips back to the mat. We're going to interlace our hands behind the head. Take that nice big long inhale. And then as you exhale, gently lift the shoulders up. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, releasing. Just really beginning to awaken all the muscles around the spine. Gently flowing with your breath. Releasing your shoulders to the mat, draw the knees into the chest. Start to circle those ankles in one direction and then the other. We're going to start to rock forward and back, gain a little bit of momentum, and then come all the way up onto all fours. Into that tabletop position, again, flowing with the breath through cow and cat. Inhale, gazing forward, opening the chest. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, chin towards chest. Again, inhaling and exhaling. So we will be flowing a lot with the breath today. So I'm just starting you, just flowing in and out of a couple of postures, just to practice. But I never want it to become a distraction. So if it starts to become a distraction or starts to frustrate you, please just let it go. Just enjoy moving the body. Find that neutral spine. Tuck the toes underneath you. Let's hover those knees up off the mat for just a moment. Never holding our breath. Just building some heat again in that midsection. Strong through the arms. Those biceps are spiraling forward, triceps back behind you. Good, dropping the knees to the mat. We're gonna bring our hands slightly forward and lift into downward facing dog. Gently pedaling out your feet. Finding your foundation, finding alignment. And always checking in to see how you're feeling. And then when you're ready, finding your pose. Begin to look forward and step to the top of your mat. Coming into Ragdoll, deeply bending the knees, belly on thighs, top of the head towards the mat, cradling the elbows in the opposite palms. And staying still or slightly rocking side to side. Finding stillness right there in the center. Releasing the elbows, hands towards the mat. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, drawing the belly in. Arriving in mountain pose, shoulders down your back, palms forward. Flowing through our Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar A, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Swan dive, forward fold. Create length in the back, lengthen and lift, and fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Taking the knees to the mat, shifting forward, lower all the way down. Peeling the chest up for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward, stepping that right foot and then the left. Lengthen, create space in your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, high mountain pose. Bringing your hands to the heart center. Inhale, sweeping those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, create space and length in the back. And fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. So remember, cobra is an option for up dog, and you're always welcome to keep those knees down on the mat. Inhaling the left foot forward, then the right. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. Again, inhale, sweeping the arms up, building heat in the body. Exhale, fold. Half lift, Ardhva. Exhale, fold. Stepping back, strong to plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Just one more breath. Bending both knees, lifting the heels, step or float. And fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sit back into chair pose, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen. As you exhale, step or float back to chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Stepping your right foot forward as the back heel spirals to the mat. Rise up for warrior one, pause, find your pose. Hips square to the front, knee over ankle. Bringing the hands down to the mat, stepping back to plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. So flowing through this half series, knowing you can always just go to down dog. Bringing the left foot forward as the right heel spirals to the mat, Virabhadrasana 1. Finding your pose. Exhaling the hands down to the mat, flowing or choosing to hold in down dog. Take 3 to 5 long breaths. On that next inhale, look forward, step or float, and fold. Dropping the hips into chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands to heart. Good, let's try that again, sitting back into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift to lengthen that spine into Ardha. Exhale, hands down, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale to the mat. Plank pose with the inhale and flow through that half series. Stepping the left foot forward, right heel down, warrior one. Exhale to the mat. Plank pose, holding or flowing. 3 to 5 breaths. So hopefully feeling a lot warmer. Feeling that body loosen up, those muscles lengthen. Looking forward, feet to the top of the mat, and fold. Sitting back into chair pose, hands to heart center. Let's try that one more time through, really building heat. Sitting back into chair. Forward fold. Half lift to lengthen. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Exhale to the mat. Flowing. Focused on the breath. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale, bringing it down. Let's pause in down dog. Begin to come into one leg dog. Hips are going to remain square. Lift that right leg. Lead with the heel. Draw the knee through the chest. Step the foot forward. Kneeling lunge, dropping the back knee to the mat. Rise up. As you exhale, release into your hip flexors. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Gently twist by taking the right hand up. Bringing the hand down, lift the back knee up, tuck the toes. Hold here in this runner's lunge. Let's rise up, warrior lunge. Bringing the hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg, one leg dog, square hips. Knee through chest, back knee down. Knee over ankle, rise up. Kneeling lunge. Hands are going to come to the mat. Twist by taking that left hand up. Bringing the hand down to either side of the foot. Lift the back knee up off the mat, staying on those fingertips. Find balance. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Taking the hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg, hips square. Exhale, step forward. Keeping that back knee up, lengthen the spine. And twist, taking that right arm up. Knowing you can always take that knee to the mat if you need to. Bringing the hand down, warrior lunge, rise up strong. Open to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, gazing forward. The right palm faces the sky, reach back, reverse warrior. Begin to straighten that leg, coming into triangle pose. That hand can be on the shin or a block or even the floor. Just want to be sure to maintain alignment over that forward leg. Rise up, reverse triangle. Lengthening through the right side of the body. Begin to circle those arms all the way down to the mat. Step back for plank pose. Flowing through the vinyasa, through that half series, flow into down dog. Lifting the left leg up, one leg dog. Draw that knee through the chest, lengthen the spine onto the fingertips, and twist. Bringing the hand down to the mat, rise up, crescent lunge. Begin to open to warrior two. Be sure that left knee is open. Right over that forward ankle. Left palm up, reverse your warrior, reach back. Begin to lift and straighten, moving into triangle pose. Rising up into reverse triangle, reach it back. Circling all the way to the mat, taking your option of holding or flowing. If you're flowing, be sure and find every pose. Take 3 to 5 breaths here. As you inhale, the right leg lifts up. Exhale, step that foot forward. Lengthen the spine and twist. Take that breath in to lengthen. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Rise up, warrior lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, taking that left arm behind the back as an option. Rising up, straighten that leg, keeping that arm behind you right into triangle pose. So if that arm is behind you, roll that shoulder back, chest is open. Reverse triangle pose, reach it back. Good, circle it down to the mat. Step back for plank this time. Drop your forearms to the mat. Walk the feet forward, arriving in dolphin pose. So you can either put your knees down and press up, or press it on up into down dog. However you want to get there. Let's try that on the other side. Lifting the left leg. Step forward. Create space, and then pull those belly muscles in and twist. Take that inhale. Bring the hands down to the mat. Rise up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior, that right arm behind the back. Good. Straightening up, coming into triangle pose. Pause. Open up that chest. Begin to reach up and back. Reverse triangle. Circle it all the way down to the mat. Right into dolphin pose this time. So lifting the hips, dropping to the forearms. Pressing up into down dog. Dropping the knees to the mat, take a child's pose and rest. Wipe the sweat, get a drink, whatever you need. We're going to flow through that series one more time, and I'm going to give you just a couple more strength options to that flow if you want to take it. So from down dog, sweeping the right leg up, step forward. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist, rotate. Take that inhale to lengthen. Bringing the hand down. Rise up. Stay low in those legs. Warrior two, sink. Reverse warrior, that arm comes behind the back. Coming into triangle pose. Choosing to stay or float that right arm right out in front of the chest, palm faces the sky. Reverse triangle, reach it up and back. Circling all the way down, dolphin pose, forearms to the mat, hips lifting. Press into your hands and press right on up into down dog. One more time through, lifting that left leg. Stepping forward. Inhale and exhale. Big inhale. Bring the hands down. Rise up strong. Warrior two, sinking into your legs. Reverse, that arm comes behind the back, maybe even onto the thigh. Triangle pose, arm pulled back. Choose here or left arm floats out in front of the chest, palm up. Rise up, reverse. Circle it all the way to the mat. Dolphin pose. Down dog. Looking forward, step to the top of your mat. Let's bend both knees, sit back into chair pose. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Let's balance. So for our balance posture today, we're going to do standing pigeon. So we're going to pick up that left foot, press through that heel, so pull the toes back, cross it above that knee, and then bend your right leg, keeping the hands to the heart or extending the arms up. So stretching through that left hip, strengthening the right. Bring the knee to the chest, and then release, hands to heart, leg comes down. Let's try that on the other side. Press through that right heel, toes pull back. Cross and sink. Make your choice for your arms. Keep sinking into the hips. Begin to lift knee to chest and release the pose. So feet are hip distance apart. Reach those arms behind you. You're going to bind your hands, or you can use a towel here, or even grab the elbows, anything that opens up the chest. Begin to look up, open. Exhale, come into your fold with chest expansion. Taking the hands down to the mat, step back to plank. Flowing through our half series through chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog. We're going to practice dolphin pose 2 more times. You'll have the option to go into headstand if that's part of your practice. If not, you never, ever, ever have to go upside down. So let's just begin in dolphin. Begin to walk the feet in. So from dolphin pose, just lift the right leg. Place it down so the head is off the mat. Lift the left leg. Building strength in your shoulders. Shoulders pressed away from your ears. Take the feet down, drop the knees, arms to sides, child's pose. So we're going to repeat that one more time. For those of you who want to practice your headstand, you can have that option. If not, that is totally fine. I'm going to actually cue you into dolphin. So for those of you who want to stay there and practice lifting the right and left leg, that's what you're going to do. So let's all begin in dolphin pose. Choosing your option. If you're going to go into headstand, clasp those hands. Top of the head onto the mat. Choose and breathe. Slowly come out of whatever pose you're in, dropping back into child's pose. Begin to lift up and have a seat. So for those of you who want to practice that again, hit the pause button. Some of you might choose to go over to a wall. And no, you never ever have to. You can practice yoga your whole life and never do a headstand. No big deal. So let's extend that left leg out. Drop that right knee open. Right foot's on that inner thigh. Sit it up and exhale, extend over. Lengthen that spine, relax into your stretch. Walking those hands back, lift the knee. Let's go into a seated twist. Bring that left arm up, elbow outside of the knee, or if you're more comfortable, you can just wrap it around. Turn your gaze over that shoulder. Begin to face the front. We're going to pick up that right foot, cross it over the left. Good. Reach that right arm up, and you're just going to lean forward onto the inside of that knee this time. So from here, you're welcome to stay here, or that left hand by the hip, out and back. Maybe you choose to rock and roll and go into baby grasshopper. And release. Let's switch sides. Right leg extends, left foot in. Reach it up and over. Begin to lift up. Lifting that knee, going into our seated twist. Right arm extends and twist. Turning to face the front, crossing that foot over the knee. Bringing that left arm up this time, that right hand, I usually start with it by my hip. I take it out and back one. You can play with it if you want to try baby grasshopper. If not, you're going to come forward and just reach and stay right there. And then if you want, then you can rock and roll, and maybe lift the hips. Let's bring it hips back to the mat. So that's just a fun little arm balance. It's just mostly the core. So just a fun one to practice. Let's reach those arms up. Exhale over. And now we're going to roll it down nice and slow, pulling those belly muscles in. Pausing, once that low back hits the floor, leave the shoulders up. We're going to come into low boat. Point the toes. See if you can lift the feet up off the mat. Hugging the knees into the chest. Little massage here for your back, rocking side to side. Taking the feet to the floor. We're going to lift up into that bridge pose. Walk those shoulders together, interlace those hands. Pressing those hips up. Releasing down to the mat. Walk the feet to the edges of your mat. Your hands are going to come up into cactus arms or goalpost arms and drop both knees over to the right. Relax. Lifting up, dropping both knees to the left. Drawing the knees up, hands onto that belly, that midsection, dropping into reclining butterfly, closing your eyes. Noticing once again that body and that breath, hopefully feeling a little different than when we started the class in this pose. Just take a moment to acknowledge the difference. You've done an amazing job. Tell yourself that. Speak positively to yourself. We're going to move into our resting pose of Shavasana, extending the legs, bringing the arms to our sides. Eyes closed. Find stillness, find peace. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like, or if you're with me, we're going to start to awaken the body with small movements. And then softening those knees, rolling into that fetal position on our right side. And pausing. I encourage you to set your intention for the rest of your day or your evening. And then helping yourself up to have a seat on your mat. You are amazing. If no one has told you that today, you need to know that. I hope you feel a lot better than when we stepped onto the mat in some way. Let's reach our arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center. From my heart to yours, namaste. Have a blessed day, and thanks again for joining me for class.